Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech with Ram. In today's video, we are going to look at how to launch a Windows EC2 machine using AWS. If you're new to the channel, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also leave your comments and feedbacks in the comment box. Thank you. So without any further ado, let's open our AWS console. Okay, so there we have our AWS console and let me search for EC2 service. Yep. Let's click on the EC2 service. As you can see, this is a fresh region for me. I have not launched any resources in this region, so everything is at 0. Click on instances. Okay, there's no instance that is existent here right now. Let's click on launch instances. Okay, so in names and tags, let's just give the name of the instance as my test instance. Okay. In application and OS images, here is where you search for Amazon machine images. And AMI is like it gives you a variety of options on what different operating systems and what different configurations you can have in the EC2 when it's first launched. So AMI is like a predefined template of a Windows machine. You can read about Amazon machine images online to understand it better. So let's click on browse more AMIs. And here in this search box, let's just search for a Windows instance. So I have a free tier account. So I don't want to incur any charges for doing this activity. So I'll be using a free tier eligible Windows version here. Okay. You can see 2022 base and 2022 core base as the latest one, and both are free tier enabled. So you can select any one of this. Let me select the first one itself. Okay. Now give it a minute. Yeah. I can see that AMI from the catalog got loaded here. Okay. Instance type. So this is very important. Here also you need to ensure you choose a free tier and eligible instance if you don't want to incur any cost doing your demo. So you can choose T2 micro, which is a free tier eligible instance. Another options that you can have is a T1 micro, but it might not be available in the Mumbai region. It can be available in the US regions. So T1 micro is also a free tier eligible instance. Okay. Key pair is required for you to log in into your instance, and this is where your authentication happens. So since you're launching a Windows instance, key pair is critical to generate a Windows password that you can use to log into your new instance. Okay, let's click on create a new pair. Okay, two options, PEM and PPK. PPK files are used commonly with PuTTY, and this is more valid for a Linux or Linux instance. Okay. So in key pair name, let's use a PEM type, and let's type a key pair name as Windows PEM. Okay, let's click on create a key pair. So this key pair gets downloaded here. Okay, network settings. Let's create a security group. Let's enable traffic from the internet so that I'll be able to log into my instance at the moment. Okay. Here you can change it to custom and add rules like what all regions and what all IPs you want it to be enabled from. If you select a pre-existing security group, you can go to security group settings and do it. I'll be making a video on how to configure different IPs and whitelist IPs and blacklist IPs through security groups soon. So watch out for that. Yeah. So right now I'm just enabling all these options for demo. This is not at all recommended because this will allow anybody to connect to your instance or maybe hack into it. But since the password is still with me, I don't there is at least one layer of protection before they can log into my instance. Okay. Configure storage. As it's written here, free tier customers can get up to 30 GB of EBS general purpose SSD. Okay. So I'll just keep that as the root volume here. It's the 30 GB one so that I don't incur any charges again. You can click on add new volume and add new EBS volumes if you want, but this will incur costs. Okay. And EBS volumes are used to store the state of your instance. So that basically means if you terminate or if you stop your instance, And in the next launch, if your instance has to reflect all the changes you have done in the last run, you need an EBS volume for it. Okay, cool. Advanced details also can be kept as blank right now because we'll not be doing any complex launch here. Okay, now click on launch instance. Let's wait for the launch to happen. Okay, so a launch has been initiated for this instance. This is my instance ID. Let me click on it. Cool. There you have it. The instance is getting launched. Let me just wait and come back when the instance state is changed to successful. Yep, my instance has changed into running state. That means my instance is up. Now let's look at how to connect to my Windows instance. Click on your instance ID and click on connect. Click on RDP client. Okay, RDP client lets you do a remote desktop connection to your instance. Okay, now here in connect to RDP client, you'll see a remote desktop file. Click on that. There you let's click on it. A remote desktop file opened up and I clicked on it and I can see that a remote desktop connection prompt is showing up on my screen. Let's click on connect. Okay, now it is asking for a password to log into this instance. So how do I generate the password? What we do is here in the RDP client option, you see a get password option. Click on that. And here there's an upload private key file option. Click on that and remember the file that we have downloaded, the PEM file. Double tap the file and select the file. Okay. So here I have an RCP file key here. Click on decrypt password. Once you click on that, you will see a password that is generated here. Copy that password, okay, by clicking on this button and paste it over here in the prompt that asks you to enter your credentials. Click on OK, and it will ask if you want to authenticate using the certificate. Click yes. And there you have it. I have logged into the remote desktop. So this, since it's the first login, it might take some time before the setup of the instance is done. One thing that you need to do is keep this as very private, because with this password, basically anybody can log into your instance. Before I upload this video, I'll be deleting my instance. So this password will hardly be alive before the video is launched. So in that way, it would be safe. But if you're doing a long-term deployment, please ensure that this password and your PEM file is kept safe. So yeah, I can see that my instance has been launched successfully and loaded successfully right now. So refresh, like it's just like a normal Windows system and it's still starting up. So yeah, that's it for the demo. So on the completion of the launch, you will see a wallpaper like this with the instance configuration and everything over here. Yep. I hope you found this demo useful. Thank you.